Okay, we're now recording. Welcome to the 7-day Coach Boot Camp final. What we're doing today is we're just going over questions that you guys may have for the last 7 days. I know day 6 and day 7 I did post. I know Tim saw them, and then a couple of people like Karen and Sarah were telling me that it's missing. Sarah, how do I mute everybody else?
You're going to have to click on each of them and just make sure that you click on them and only mute the audio.
Got it.
Or go ahead and mute yourself.
Okay.
So if everyone can go ahead and mute themselves right now. It's kind of hard with the car, but with the video, folks, you can mute yourself. There you go. Perfect. Now I can only hear myself.
Oh, as I said,
okay. Awesome. Okay. Okay, everyone. I just want to make sure that you all understand that we are here for the questions right now. And if you don't have a question, we can just keep talking about what are the next steps for you. If you have checked off every single thing in the new Coach Boot Camp, or you have to go back and tie up loose ends, such as your Facebook cleanup page and going through how to talk to someone, because tonight is a really big night. We don't want to waste your time. Tonight is a huge traffic time where you should be reaching out to folks and doing a post that is either sharing your story, asking if you would like to join the sneak peek into coaching this Tuesday for our teams. That's the big day this week for recruiting. So does anyone have any questions right now so far on the new coach training?
And then Tiff, did you get all 7 days done, or did the 2 disappear on you? You're good? Okay.
Okay. Did anyone have trouble with creating a new background? Because that's another thing is it took me forever, and I don't want you to waste time, but I really encourage you to do that because it's like your storefront. And I saw Nick even changed his. It looks really great. And there are quite a few things in there that are not only going to help you become more professional, but if you have any doubt, I need you all to make sure that you tag your sponsor and message them and have at least one of the leaders look at your Facebook profile. Because if you want the honest truth, I was never told, hey, listen, never take a picture of a product and kissing it, and never take a picture of something where it's really salesy and repost a sale. Like, never do those things because people are going to totally walk away from you. I know that some folks are absolutely new to the posts. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. New to the posting, but I really want to highlight that the posts should take a little bit more than just 2 seconds of thinking about what you want to just spew out there. It needs to be sharing your story. It needs to be putting value in there and inviting people to talk on your page. And I want to give a tip is that never mix statements. Never say, oh, here, I'm at the farmer's market. Like that's something that's not going to give value. And I want to really stress value in your story. So the reason being you need to share value because these people want to get to know you, and it's a social environment. If you're making it more of just like an updating environment, they're just going to expect that. If they're understanding that you're a relational person and you want engagement, they're going to act and behave that way. And I also want to clear the air. Some folks have asked about a like page. We don't really talk about that until you're a diamond rank where you have 12 coaches underneath you. So please don't worry about that if that's a question. Any questions about how to invite people? Does everyone have access to the scripts, and who has if you have your 50 list of names, 50 names, please check in that chat box if you can and say, yes, I do. And I really hope that you have all of this information down because working from a list is really important. And another tip is some folks use Excel app on their phone to track people. And there is an Excel version of our Power of Threes. The Power of Threes it looks like this right here. Oh, good. Tiffany, I see that you have over 50 names. This Excel version of Power of Threes is really convenient. So if you're anywhere, you can go on your phone, pop in and say, okay, this person, I've talked to her, and I don't have to carry around all the papers. So I don't know if you all have nailed down printing out your power of threes. There you go. Good job, Karen. I'm glad they worked on the 50 names list. So I don't know if there's any other questions, but I just want to make sure that you all understand that it's really important to dive into every single detail of this training. I absolutely know that, the fear of inviting is huge. Is there any fears? Have you been shot down yet? Is there any objections that we can talk about? Anyone? Okay. Is there any understanding of how to start a conversation where you have to form? If you haven't heard the term form, it means that you are asking about their family. So if you haven't understood about like any details about the person, you should ask about their family, their orientation, what do they do? What do they do for work and recreation? What do they like to do for fun? And what's your message? So form is a huge thing. So if you're starting to talk to a person and it becomes kind of like, I guess, small talk, go to those points, the family, orientation, recreation, message, and really pay attention to their page. So if you haven't talked to someone in a while, I suggest stalking them back on Facebook, looking down and up and down their Facebook feed and what they do to re-engage so it's not as awkward. Welcome, Suzanne. I know you just joined the meeting and you're really excited for this. We're taking questions right now. So if you would like to unmute yourself right now, I'm going to leave it open. I don't want to be the one talking because that's not fair. It's for you.
I was going to say something. So except for the day 6 and day 7 that disappeared on a couple of people, with the exception of those 2 days, if you haven't done the whole training, like for say you kind of gapped it off and just didn't do it, or you only did day 1 and then you kind of fell off, we're going to give you a second chance to do the same training. If you've already tried it been through this week, you'll get one more chance and that's it. And we're going to try again if you didn't make it through for some reason. And then if you successfully make it through, then you'll basically be to this step. For those of you that did complete it, just talk to your personally sponsored coach and they'll gather details. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create like a message group, like smaller than the one we're all in. And Sarah, do you think, I guess you and I could run it and it'll just be a smaller thread for the coaches who completed the 7-day who are actually going to go on to the self-run 21-day training.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're going to kind of mentor you through that group.
And the 21-day training is accessed on your team account on the Team Inspiration website too. So if any of you want to understand what it's going to look like, I need you all to log into your Inspiration account. So does anyone have any questions? I hear someone. Have you unmuted yourself and let us know you need?
It's me. Hi.
Hey.
I'm already working through the 21-day Team Inspiration, and Sarah and I are kind of doing that together. So I just wanted to let you guys know that we're also doing that. I got kind of behind on this week just because of me and my
6 children.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to make a shout out to Sarah too, because she's been working really hard on the 21-day new coach training on Team Inspiration.
That's awesome. So have you found a chance to look at your profile? Like, have you revamped a lot of the posts and like your ideas on what to post? Like, have you gotten new, I guess, has your attitude of what you should do and like how you should do it, has that shifted a little bit in the last, month or so of training that you've gone through? Because I know some of these folks have just started. So are there any tips for people that you have? I guess?
Right. So I guess what I do, I don't know. I guess for me, posting, the one thing that I don't do anymore is post, like shares from another website, or my family's very political, so I just don't even go there.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much the thing that stood out to me was create your story. And I really appreciated that because I feel like I do that. And it started when I was before I became a coach and was with a team when I went down the river, I kind of created a story doing that. So that kind of helped me in what we're doing.
Mhm.
But yeah, I guess that I mean, just creating a story on what you're doing is just beneficial.
Yeah. And do we have anyone who thinks that they need help with their story? Anyone that needs a little bit of a push? Because everyone does have a story. And whether or not you are young and don't have kids to talk about the struggles of motherhood, I don't have kids. So we can talk there, or we have lots of parents here. And I don't know if we have any single parents on the call, but there are a wide range of things that we struggle with. And I want you all to know that you don't have to be at your goal weight either, to share your story and say, look, here's my transformation, and I want you to come along with it. So I want you to be encouraged, especially for the moms who are going through pregnancy again. Like, that's another chance for you to share your struggles. So embrace that. Embrace that this round you're going to be even healthier than ever before, and embrace the fact that you have another challenge in front of you. And also, I think you need to understand how to be wise about posting. There are some wording that is it grabs someone's attention. There are some ways of taking pictures, and I always have a rule of thumb. I even saw it today with my family gathering. They're taking pictures against the window for the backdrop of over, a riverfront, and the light was right behind them, and they weren't even paying attention to, they're looking like outlines. So if you just turn your camera and you turn it to the window, so let's say right here is the window, I'm going to take a picture right here, and there's all this light. And so right now you see me pretty clearly, right? And if you wanted someone to catch attention, you want it to be light, bright, and white. And there are certain ways to do this, and don't waste your post with some, not so great image, because they're going to keep scrolling. So if you don't have an image to use, just use text. That's my encouragement, and take some time and dig deep. And I want to ask, has everyone found a book for personal development to start? Because that's a huge, huge, huge thing. And what are you guys reading right now? Karen, do you have a personal development book that you're reading right now?
I'm not reading anything personal development right now. I'm doing a Bible study, Armor of God, and it's 5 days. So that's all I can do right now.
Okay. Yeah. And if you guys want to, Eat That Frog. That's awesome. Eat That Frog is a really great book. If you need an audio podcast, I suggest Chalene Johnson, Build Your Tribe, or Network Marketing Pro is pretty, it's short, and the guy has been in network marketing for quite a long time. So a podcast is my way to go if I cannot get my hand on a book. And if you guys haven't downloaded audible.com, you can do a 30-day free trial. And I believe you can download You're Badass, which is another book by Jen Sincero, for free. So if you don't have time, you got some crazy stuff going on, I suggest anything in that arena by John C. Maxwell. Eat That Frog is a time, if you have a time management issue, do that, Eat the Frog. And we have loads of books that we can, stack up and say, here you go. But I want everyone to make it a point to read at least 5 to 10 pages of a business oriented, of getting your mindset that you're an entrepreneur. You have your own, future ahead of you, and you need to think like one too. And I really encourage, Karen, that part too, is keeping up with your spiritual side of things, and not let this, consume you completely and overwhelm yourself. But I want you guys to be balanced. So if anything, while you're starting out, take it slow, make sure you do a little bit of everything. And that's my advice for you, is reach out consistently, stay plugged in, and stay with your team page and the training too. And make sure that you check in and do regular check-ins with your upline coach, because that's going to keep you pushed forward. So, Jared, do you have anything?
Can you hear me? This is Nick.
Hey,
Yeah, go
Nick.
ahead, Nick.
Hey, sorry, I just called in because I'm at the gym. Actually, sorry.
Okay.
I don't think Suzanne can actually hear anything. She's like, or she was on. I don't know if she's still on. I can't see you guys. But I just want to say, yeah, I'm gonna do the Audible thing, and I'm gonna do the Slight Edge. I'm just gonna start incorporating on my commute, which is only like 25 minutes each way. But if I just listen to it 25 minutes each way, that's almost an hour each day. So better than nothing.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Okay. Well, I don't know about what to do with the audio. I know this is recorded, Nick, so we'll post the recording as soon as we can. The Slight Edges are really great.
Okay, great.
That's a good one.
Sorry. Does anyone else have any questions? Because I want to make sure that you're using this time tonight to get on and connect with people, because it's a really, really active evening on Facebook and Instagram.
Was there anybody that needed a kind of another chance at the whole 7 days, not just the last 2 days? All right. And then I was going to also suggest podcasts. I could post later. Like, I have a ton that I use, and like Nick, I drive to work. I spend maybe 30, 45 minutes each day, each way.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to a ton of podcasts like Build Your Tribe, The Shalene Show. Is it Shalene Show?
Yeah, the Shalene Show is more of a life help. So if you're having relationship issues or just certain stuff that she talks about, you can use that. But if you specifically are wanting to get your butt off the ground for a business, I would listen to Build Your Tribe by Shalene Johnson.
There's a few more, but I'll post later on that.
Yeah. So, will you be taking it down? No, we will not be taking it down. The training will be left up. Obviously, something funky happened with the posting, so don't worry about it. It'll be up. And I think a great challenge for everyone is to send your upline the text of a post that you're posting tonight. If you haven't posted yet, an opportunity to join the sneak peek into coaching. If you need help with an image or how to phrase it, I would totally do that, because it is one of those things that you just need to take advantage of, is when we host those for the whole team. Jared's team and my team, we always do this together. And this Tuesday night, we're doing a sneak peek into coaching. So if you can create a text of invitation about the business and present it and ask them to join if they're interested, please send that text to your upline sponsor and post tonight. So that's the action step. So has anyone had any last questions? I'm going to make sure that you all have time for everything, and I'm still in the shower. So
I'm
Okay.
good. Let's see. You guys have anything else?
Nope, we're good to go. All right, everyone. Jared's got this recorded, and we're going to figure out how we can post it on our group page. And don't worry, we're going to get this to everyone who couldn't hear. So please make sure that you take that action step tonight about the sneak peek into coaching this Tuesday. All right? And I hope everyone has a great night.